Hey guys, what's going on? So Steve and I are back at it in the garage working on my Thunderbird again because is something we're trying to get to. We're replacing the high and the low pressure power steering hoses on this car, and we're going to show you what's involved with it.
We're going to take this line off here, and we got a thing that we're going to take off here and then quick disconnect this hose release thing here, and we'll figure that out in a second. But we got a 13/16 to crack this line loose. We got our bucket underneath there because it's going to drain, and looks like they put just a little piece of hose here so it wouldn't rub on the tube here. So you can reach in and take this off. And the new hose is 3/4 and this one's 13. We're just going to try it on to make sure that it fits, and before we go too far with it. All the fluid's going to pretty much drain right out of this thing. So we set that there, and let's get this thing here disconnected. So I could just get to squeeze this little shark fin down here and get that underneath. I think that's the way that goes. There it is. Peel that off. Okay, so we get this line up out of the way. We're just going to stick it over here for now. I want to make sure my new line is going to thread onto this before we go and break that line. Yeah, it's threading on. Okay, so we're good with that. All right, so we'll just leave that sitting there for now. Now the other line over here has another clamp that's connecting both of the lines together, and it's hard to see it, but I'm going to put a little pick down in there and then show you where it is. It's a little metal clamp that holds the two lines together. Really don't need it, but we're going to pull it off because it's holding them together. I'm just going to get like a 90-degree pick, and we'll get in there and pop that off. I'm gonna get these plugs out of the way, the wires out of the way. Okay, now I get the 90-degree pick down here. I'm gonna get underneath this little metal sleeve here. It's been there for 30 years, and try and pry it off. I'm not sure that's gonna happen. There it is. Gonna fall off on me. I don't know, for some reason, an engineer out there thought that this would be a good idea to clamp on your two hoses. So, I don't know, he's making more money than us. So
Yeah.
all right. So now we get the pressure line off, and here's the original line that we tucked up over here. And, you know, I don't really need to be very gingerly with this because we're replacing it. And, you know, I would just assume this thing break right off here. So we're going to try and physically snap this line off at the fitting. Because we want to just put a wrench on, we're just going to put a socket on the steering box and get this off. So we need to try and get this thing to bend and break. Well, bending that line is a little more effort than I was hoping for, so we're going to cut it, and then we're going to put a socket on it. lot easier.
Yeah, no kidding. Came right up with that.
Let's put a socket down there now. Get that first one out. Yes, I can fit on there.
Oh, he's got the extension. There we go.
Yeah.
So we got 16 on there.
Yeah.
16 mil. We had to tap it on.
Fucking thing's all twisting up on me. Easy crackers, huh? Alright. Okay.
Where
So we
is
just hope our threads are the same. And they will look like it. Yeah, it's made this.
they're not the same? They're gonna be the same. Little RTV goes a long way.
Looks like it's cracking loose. Whole line's moving.
There we go. Right down in there.
Alrighty, it just cracked loose. Alright, we can put a 5/8 wrench on that one now. I mean a 3/4 wrench on that one now. And we'll get this thing off.
So that's the line you're going after.
Yeah,
Tight quarters.
yeah. I got a stubby 5/8 wrench I'm gonna grab. A full stubby wrench in here now. Taking this line off. You know, it could have just been the pressure side, more than likely, that was leaking. But, you know, you got an older car like this, Tony wants to just drive once we get it gone through. And we've gone through a lot of stuff on it. So it's worth changing both lines, and then we'll be done with it. And it'll be reliable. You just don't want to get up on the highway and have to worry about anything. And everything we've gone through on the car, it'll be dependable for him to drive.
And if I break down, I'm calling Steve.
That's right. And I won't answer the phone. Okay, so we got this one off, and we're gonna take we put this high pressure line on temporarily just to make sure the nut fit before we started the whole job. Because once you disconnect this, you have no power steering. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, we look down here with the light, we have the return side, which is just a clamp, this little clamp down here, and we're gonna take that off right here and then slide this off. And we have to measure the lines out. Now the new return side line doesn't look like it has this sleeve on it, so we may take the sleeve off of this one, wipe it down clean, put it on the other one, and then we have to basically cut the length of the line, because I think the line is a little longer. It's kind of a universal one. So let's get a socket to take this off here, and I'll see what size this is. It's probably a 1/4 inch, 5/16. Yeah, it looks like a 5. All right, let me get something to take that off. All right, so we just got a little short gear wrench here, and we're just cranking on this original style clamp. We'll decide whether we're going to use this clamp or not. Yeah, that's good. So we're going to slide this. Just slide the clamp down for now. Nope, it don't want to come off yet. All right, I guess we're gonna do a little more.
So that's what we're after right there.
Yeah. So we're just going to slice the hose so we don't break the fitting on the pump. There we go. the new hose is gonna be pliable. This one is like penetrated. It's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna match this up now with this new return. We have to put the return on first to get everything going. So we look at the new return here. Of course, the fitting looks a little different, Tony.
Does it?
Oh yeah, but we're gonna get it to go. I'm gonna try and dry fit it and see what we got.
Right.
And then, because it's different, you know, we'll just have to cut our length once we get it in a comfortable spot. So let's go put this on and make sure it's gonna, yeah, that's the right size thread, so.
That's, they freaking said it would fit.
Of course they said it would fit.
Yeah, I was like,
Right after they took your money.
yeah.
Well, that hose just wants to keep going in the trash can, doesn't it?
Alright, so let's try and put this line down in here and get it started. It's a little different from the other one. Gotta make sure we can get it started. Okay, get that one started. Boy, it's pretty close to that. Your brake equalizer here.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and just bend this bracket over a little bit. Get the bar in here.
It's right up against it. We gotta have some clearance there,
Yeah.
and there was none. Okay, we got clearance now.
So clearance.
Clearance. Okay. And then this one will go down to
Jamaica.
this line here. So we can get that'll go down. We'll have to figure out where to cut this because we're going to try and keep it kind of close to the control arm here, and then make sure that I have, you know, clearance from this proportional valve. It still looks a little tight. Have to bend that bracket a little bit more.
As you screw it in, it'll suck down enough.
It's down there pretty good.
Okay.
So, but it will. I'll put a wrench on it right now and see if I can get it down a little tighter. I gotta get a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Ain't much in there, bro. Okay, so I gotta keep it here. But is the other line going to let us get it in there? That's the question. So let's before I snug this up, well, I'm gonna have to snug it. It can't go over there. It's got to be as tight as it can right here, and then I'll have to run up into here. So let's snug it there, and then put the other line on. See if it's gonna work. Let me get the flare wrench on it. Alright, that's tight. Yeah, that's close. And it's cleared. Let's see how the other one fits. See, that went down. Yeah, that's not gonna line up. It's not. not going deep enough into the hole. Like the line's gonna get bent. So we had to manipulate this line a little bit to get this thing to bend and get onto place here. We've got clearance in between the two lines with my fingers, and this line is supposed to swivel over this way. I think I got it too tight. I'm gonna back it off a little. This thing's supposed to swivel over here. And I don't know, it's stuck on the damn brake line now or something. Whole thing's got a, there it is. Okay. All right. So let's get it, tighten it down into place. All right. And this is a 1/2 inch. We're gonna put the flare nut wrench on this, and I got clearance everywhere here. Man, the brake line just, everything's just kind of in the way. We should be able to push this line down now, bend it back down after I get this tight, because we have to bend it. Okay, that's tight. We have to bend it up a little bit just to get it to go in here, but now it's kind of, no, it's clear now. All right, it was touching this line over here. So we can push this down. There we go. Okay. All right. Now it's, you don't really want it to hit anything with the box here. Man, does that look close, Tony, huh?
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Well, let's bend it the other way then. Okay. All right. We're above the box. Okay.
There you go.
I just, yeah, I got clearance underneath there with the glove. Go a little more. Okay. All right. Okay, both of these are tight, and we're not going to be able to put that fitting back on because these aren't factory lines, so that was holding them together. So I got clearance under here. I've got clearance between my brake lines. Now this one here, yeah, it's pretty close to that. I'm gonna probably, because this is a rubber hose, I ain't gonna really make much of a difference. I'm gonna push down on this with the bar and then just try and bend it down a little bit. Because man, does it look close, but I don't think it's hitting, but we're gonna bend it down.
Yeah, it
just a
doesn't
little
look
bit.
like it's sitting from
No?
here.
Looks clear, right? I'm worried about right in here. Does it look like it's clear?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe right there.
Yeah. But this, you figured this bracket with the brake thing would move a little easier, but
It's been in there
it
forever.
ain't moving that easy, so. You know, we could probably swivel this line away a little bit more. Let's just try that with a screwdriver. I got room in between here and here, and I get room in between, you know, here and here. That's what I was trying to get.
Okay, this is
So-
some clearance.
But, you know, these are aftermarket lines, so they're gonna fit a little bit different, you know? So, let's get our piece of sleeve off of the old hose here. Get here. Slide that back onto the factory line. Bring it onto our new line here. It did its job, Tom.
Yeah, huh? Something was wearing on it, huh?
Yeah.
40 years.
All right. Okay, so this went down like here, and you know we can get this to sit up in here. Let's, you know what? Let's get this hose on here, and that may help us dry fit this one. Because this is a, you know, going to dictate
Yep.
kind of where it goes. let's just say that hose sits like that, right? We can get this one to come up like this, because we're gonna want to keep these together so that it looks clean.
Yep.
And this one's gonna sit like that and that. All right, so now we know we're gonna cut this hose right down here where my finger is. All right, cutting our hose. Got a new worm clamp we're gonna use for here, and we'll just slide this up. And the light, if we put the light back here, can slide this down onto here. It's gonna slide down to the elbow. There it goes. Okay, I can look with the mirror and see what it looks like down there. Make sure I'm comfortable with the way it looks. Okay, so a little. Yeah, okay, so we can pull it back just to here. Perfect. And let's get this clamp tight.
Went from nothing to get something
Yeah, I'll get the clamp in here. Alright, we're getting the clamp tight now. Yeah, and it's very difficult to get your hand in here. Surprising, everything you'd think would be, you know, a little bigger on this engine.
Yeah, it's
A little more room.
get everything on the scarp. It's a little tricky to work on it, as we're finding out. Hey Steve, there's a vagrant stealing stuff off your bike. We were saying that Steve's bike.
kept denying it, but
Looking rich. I'm like, do I look like I'm gonna buy a bicycle? Huh? Do I?
Better have run flat tires.
Tony, it's pretty bad. You gotta get your kid to fix your bike for you.
I know.
Alright, so we got our lines together here. And you know, I put them together and I had the line on the other side of it and it just didn't look as neat. And Tony complained, so I said I'll take it
We
apart.
complain until you don't have to move it. We could sell out.
Okay. Now this looks much neater. So
Yeah, it
we're
does
gonna
look
get
better.
another tie wrap right here. One tie wrap, and this will look nice and neat.
Yeah.
And we'll be good with it right here. So yeah, I like the way that looks a lot better.
So I'm just gonna fill it up with power steering fluid, and that should be it, right?
Yeah, turn your wheels left and right with the cap off. It'll aerate, and we'll get it bled.